Hi everyone, welcome back for another edition of Virtual Yoga. Today we're going to be doing a Taoist yoga practice. And Taoist yoga, based off the philosophy of Yin and Yang, or Yin and Yang, you may have heard it called before. But it's based off of opposites. And the two opposites that we're focusing on today are strengthening and stretching. And we'll get into that in a moment. But before we officially get started, some things I might recommend. A towel, I usually recommend. A block as well, if you happen to have one. If you don't, pillows are always nice. But if you do have a block, we probably will be using it in today's practice. I have a sequence in mind to try out. And, you know, with all of these things that we do, I always say this, let experience be your guide. If your body's telling you it's too much, then take a break, sit back down, catch back up with your breath, and then join us back in the practice when you feel like you've had enough. Or when you're ready to get back in, I should say. But let's go ahead and start our practice off in a comfortable position. You can sit on the floor on your mat, you can lay on your mat, just wherever you're most comfortable. Go there and close your eyes. Focus on your breath. I want you to breathe low in your belly, low in your diaphragm. And if you want to double check if you're doing this correctly, place a hand on your stomach below your belly button. You'll feel the stomach expand. When you take an inhale, it's going to contract. When you take an exhale. And this is belly breathing. It's the breathing technique that I recommend for now. We will change up our breathing technique when we go on in the practice. But for now, let's just belly breathe. Help center you into your body, into your mind, and into what you're doing for the next hour. And like I mentioned, we're doing Taoist yoga practice. We're going to strengthen and we're going to stretch. The first half will be the strengthening portion. We'll link breath with movement, strengthen the upper body, core, legs. We'll probably do this really for about 35, maybe even 40 minutes. We'll see how it goes as we go along in the practice. But during this particular part, the strengthening part, where we link breath with movement, if you find yourself struggling, it will be within your breath. You'll start to lose control of it. Maybe I'm commanding an inhale and you're on an exhale, or you're just not really breathing altogether. That's when you need to take a break. You know, sit on your mat, take a moment, catch back up with your breath. When you feel like you've caught back up, then join us back into the practice. I would rather you have nice quality movement with the breath instead of just going through the motions, right? It's going to be a little bit more impactful if you're linking the breath with movement. And then when we've had enough of the strengthening portion, we'll transition into stretching. We'll hold some poses for a while, probably about a minute or 2 minutes with each individual pose. It's going to be just enough time to stretch out some of that muscular tension we create through strengthening. You know, we're going to be doing a lot of movement. We're going to be probably sweating in this practice. So it's going to feel nice to kind of calm down and stretch it out after we do all that strengthening. During the hour, if you need help, always feel free to ask questions. Feel free to type them in onto the Facebook. You know, my better half is always on standby here, ready to yell out those questions to me, and I can always answer to you. I can always answer them live to you. So again, whatever you need, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. When you're ready, you can go ahead and open your eyes. Thank you, Wendy, for blessing us with your presence. We're going to start this off laying on our backs. Bring your knees up to the chest. Cradle your legs. Rock up and down on your spine, side to side. Make circles. You know, just using your intuition here to help wake up the hips and the spine. These are areas we're going to be spending a lot of time on, especially with bending. Forward bends, back bends, twisting, right? We want to make sure that these areas are loose before we just get up and start moving. You know, if you don't warm up, could be likely to overstretch something, pull a muscle. I don't want you to do that. So let's loosen up a little bit. When you're ready, no rush, no hurry, you can go ahead and make your way to hands and knees. And we'll start off with tabletop pose, just on hands and knees. Very nice flat back. But here's where we're going to start linking breath with movement. We're going to be doing our cat and cow poses. Sometimes they call them cat and dogs. But with this, you're going to exhale, round your spine forward and look down. And then inhale for a back bend and look up. Exhale, round forward, look down. Inhale, back bend, look up. Exhale, forward bend, look down. Inhale, back bend, look up. Exhale, forward bend, look down. Inhale, back bend, look up. And then let's take the left arm under and across the right. You'll have your left shoulder down against the floor here for a spinal twist. We'll hang out here for a moment, usually about like 3 to 5 breaths. When you're ready, go ahead, inhale back to the center, and then we'll exhale the other side. I'll flip it over so you can see it. So you take the right arm under and across the left, right shoulder down for the spinal twist. Once again, 3 to 5 breaths here. Ready? Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, shake it off. Let's go ahead and we'll make our way up to standing. We're going to do our sun salutes to start this off. And the sun salutes, forward bends and back bends, linking breath with movement. So when you're ready, let's exhale again, shake it all off. When you're ready on your inhale, arms up above the head. Exhale, bend forward. Hands to the floor if you can take them there. Inhale, flatten your back halfway. Exhale, high push-up or hands and knees. Lower the chest down to the floor. Inhale, upward dog. And then exhale, downward dog. And we'll stay in the down dog for a moment. Feel free to even walk your dog. Stretch your calves a little bit, right? Alternate the heels to the floor. On your next inhale, when you're ready, step your feet up, top of the mat, flatten your back. Exhale, round forward. Inhale, lift up, arms up. And exhale, arms at heart center. And there's one, we'll do another. When you're ready, inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend forward, hands to the floor if you can take them there. Inhale, flatten your back halfway. Exhale, high push-up or hands and knees. Lower your chest to the floor. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. And we'll stay in a down dog. Again, if this starts becoming too uncomfortable, feel free to come down to hands and knees or even to a child's pose. We just want to make sure that we're able to rest here. Down dog is meant to be a resting position. So when it stops becoming one, feel free to come down to hands and knees. When you're ready, on your next inhale, step the feet up, top of the mat. Flatten your back. Exhale, round forward. Inhale, lift up, arms up. Exhale, arms at heart center. There's two. We'll do a few more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend forward, hands to floor if you can take them there. Inhale, flatten your back halfway. Exhale, high push-up or hands and knees. Lower your chest to the floor. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Hanging out here for a moment. Something to keep in mind with a down dog, don't feel obligated to try to get your chest as close to the floor as possible. A lot of times this can hurt your shoulders. Your humerus can compress into your acromion, so your big arm bone essentially is just hitting your shoulder joint. And this is actually how a lot of people hurt their shoulders. So what I would recommend, instead of doing this, bringing the chest closer, come into more of a modified high push-up. You're just less likely to hurt your shoulders that way. When you're ready, on your inhale, step the feet up, top of the mat, flatten your back. Exhale, round forward. Inhale, lift up, arms up. Exhale, arms, heart center. We'll do one more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend forward, hands to floor if you can take them there. Inhale, flatten your back halfway. Exhale, high push up or hands and knees. Lower your chest to the floor. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Once again, hanging out here in your down dog. And when you're ready, inhale, step the feet up, top of the mat, flatten your back. Exhale, round forward. Inhale, lift up, arms up. Exhale, arms, heart center. And we'll go ahead and step our feet out a little bit past shoulder width, heading right into the moon salutes to complement the sun. This is for the obliques and side body, lots of twisting, bending, side to side. With this, if you're ready, exhale, shake it off. Inhale, arms up above the head. Exhale to the left for a half moon. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right, half moon. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, bend your knees, goddess pose. Inhale, arms up, straighten the legs. Exhale, over your left leg. Grab the left ankle with both hands. Inhale, flatten your back over the leg. Exhale, round forward. Inhale your right arm up for a triangle. Bring your eyes with the fingers. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift up, arms up. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, arms up, straighten the legs. And we'll exhale over the right leg. Grab the right ankle, both hands. Inhale, flatten your back. Exhale, round forward. Inhale, bring the left arm up for a triangle. Bring your eyes with it. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift up, arms up. Exhale, arms and heart center. Wanted to mention one thing here. When I'm saying bring your eyes with your hands here, the reason being, if we don't bring the eyes with the fingers here, there's not as much of an opening in the chest. But if we turn our head with it, all of a sudden there's a little bit more chest, upper body going on. That's why I'm suggesting that particular move, just to get a little bit deeper into it. Also works your balance a little bit more. Shake it off. We'll do it again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, left, half moon. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right, half moon. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, bend the knees, goddess pose. Inhale, arms up, straighten your legs. Exhale, over the left leg. Grab the left ankle, both hands. Inhale, flatten your back over the leg. Exhale, come forward. Inhale the right arm up for the twist, eyes with the fingers. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift up, arms up. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, arms up, straighten your legs. Exhale, over the right leg. Grab the right ankle, both hands. Inhale, flatten your back over the leg. Exhale, come back forward. Inhale your left arm for your triangle. Eyes with those fingers. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift up. Arms up. Exhale, arms, heart center. Let's do one more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, left, half moon. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right, half moon. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, bend the knees, goddess pose. Really feel those quads. Inhale, arms up, straighten the legs. And exhale over your left leg. Grab the left ankle, both hands. Inhale, flatten your back halfway. Exhale, round back forward. Inhale the right arm up for the twist and the triangle. Bring the eyes with it. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up, arms up. Exhale, goddess. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Straighten the legs. Exhale over the right leg. Grab the right ankle, both hands. Inhale, flatten your back over the leg. Exhale, round forward. Inhale the left arm for the triangle, eyes with those fingers. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift up, arms up. And exhale will flow right on down through, straight into lava flows down the mountain. You're going to sway from side to side here. Really getting the whole body into it. The torso, the hips, bend the knees. Don't just move your arms. Every now and then I see this when I'm teaching the class. People just move their arms. You look like a robot when you do that. So really try to flow into it. When you're ready, you're going to inhale, arms up through the center. Exhale over your right leg. Flow down and gather energy again. Swaying side to side. When you're ready, inhale, lift up, arms up. Exhale over your left leg. Flow down. Gather energy. Sway side to side. When you're ready, inhale, lift up, arms up. Exhale over the right leg. Flow down. Gather energy. When you're ready, inhale, lift up, arms up. Exhale over the left leg, flow down. Gather energy. We'll do it one more time to each side. When you're ready, inhale, lift up, arms up. Exhale over the right leg, flow down. Gather energy. When you're ready, inhale, lift up, arms up. Exhale over the left leg, flow down. Gather energy. And when you're ready, inhale, lift up, arms up. Exhale, arms. Heart center, very good. We'll do the golden seed sequence. A lot of legs, twisting is involved, so some core effort's going to be here too. This is where you might want to use a block. It's going to be completely up to you. But there's going to be a moment where I suggest hands to the block or to the floor. So if you want to have a block in front of you, that's fine, right? Hands to the block. You'll inhale, do the twist. Exhale outside, right? Or if you don't need a block, just completely disregard what I'm saying, right? Just move that block out to the side. It's up to you, right? If you can get the hands to the floor, by all means, go to the floor. But we'll exhale, shake it off. When you're ready, inhale, arms up above the head. Exhale, arms out to sides, bend the knees. Inhale, hands to the block or floor. Exhale your left arm for the twist, eyes with the fingers. Exhale, inhale, lower down. Exhale the right arm for the twist. Inhale, lower down and lift up, all in one motion. Arms above the head. Exhale, arms behind you, fold forward, drinking bird. Inhale, swing the arms up, bend the knees, rocking horse. Exhale, back to drinking bird. Inhale, lift up, arms up. Exhale, arms at heart center. There's one, do another. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms out the sides, bend the knees. Inhale, hands to the block or floor. Exhale the left arm for your twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale the right arm. Inhale back to center and lift up, all in one motion, arms above the head. Exhale, arms behind you, fold forward, drinking bird. Inhale, swing the arms up, bend the knees, rocking horse. Exhale, drinking bird. Inhale, lift up, arms up. Exhale, arms at heart center. I'm going to test your mind out on this one. We're going to do it again 2 more times. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms out the sides, bend the knees. Inhale, hands to the block or floor. I'm going to test you out here. Exhale the right arm for the twist. Switch it up. Inhale back to center. Exhale left arm. Inhale back to center and lift up, all in one motion, arms above the head. Exhale, arms behind you, fold forward, drinking bird. Inhale, swing the arms up, bend the knees, rocking horse. Exhale, drinking bird. Inhale, lift up, arms up. And exhale, arms at heart center. One more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms out sides, bend the knees. Inhale, hands to the block or floor. Exhale the right arm for your twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale left arm. Inhale back to center and lift up, all in one motion, arms above the head. Exhale, arms behind you, fold forward, drinking bird. Inhale, lift up, arms up. We'll exhale, arms at heart center. And let's go ahead and we'll come up to a squat pose. Bend your knees as much as you feel comfortable with. I mean, that might be right here. But if you can lower all the way down, by all means, go for it. We're going to be doing a sequence called the Flying Dragon. This is kind of a tough one. And if you're not really familiar with it, I'm going to slowly walk through this one. And this one sequence, just one of these, takes around 6 to 7 minutes to do. It's one of the most challenging sequences that I know of, so that's why I like teaching it in a strengthening style of practice. And I told you we're going to be sweating today, getting our flow on. But we'll lower down. We call this a little baby dragon, right? You're an egg right here. Baby dragon in the egg. And when you're ready, you're going to inhale, lift yourself up, arms out to the sides. Let's lift the right leg up into the air. Flying dragon now, right? Flap your wings a little bit. Definitely will work your balance a little bit more. Maybe you have a block here in front of you too. You know, maybe you only flap one wing, right? That's fine. Up to you. When you're ready, lower your right foot down at the back of your mat, your left foot in front. Hands maybe to a block or to the floor. Let's do 3 dragon push-ups when you're ready. 1, 2, 3. You're going to inhale, take your left arm up for a twist. And exhale, let's lower it down. We'll do a windmill with it. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale that left arm up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. And then we'll inhale, swing the arms up. We'll squeeze the shoulder blades together, bend the knees, dragon spreads its wings. A few times. Inhale up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale up, one more time. Exhale, squeeze. Hands to the block or to the floor. I want you to lift your left leg up into the air, as high as you can take it. Let's place the left foot down next to the right, and we'll step our right foot now up to the top of the mat for 3 dragon push-ups. We're on the mirror side now. 1, 2, 3. Inhale your right arm up for dragon twist. Windmill it. Inhale up. Exhale down. On your next inhale, swing your arms up above the head. Exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Dragon spreads his wings. A lot of upper body coming in on the next move. So if your shoulders say no, please listen to it, right? I don't want you to hurt your shoulders here. But when you're ready, hands to the block or floor. Lift your right leg up into the air. You're going to take your right leg. It's going to go under and across from the left. Have the right arm down, left arm up, belly of the dragon. Hey, everybody. A lot of upper body, right? This is why I said you could skip this one if you'd like to. It's one of the most challenging poses you'll do today. But when you're ready, have that left hand back on the floor, right leg up. You're going to inhale. Step your right leg up to the top of the mat. Try to land on just the right foot. Back into the flying dragon. You are halfway through this sequence. Flap your wings a little bit. Oops. Find your balance, right? And when you're ready, left foot behind you, right foot in front. Hands to the block or floor for 3 dragon push-ups. Optional, could do it on your fingertips, dragon claws. 1, 2, 3. Inhale your right arm up for the dragon twist. And exhale it down for a windmill. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Place that right hand back down. Step the right foot up, bring it up into the air. Place your right foot down next to your left, and then step your left foot up to the top of the mat. 3 dragon push-ups. Again, could be on your fingertips if you'd like to. 1, 2, 3. Inhale your left arm up for the twist. Exhale down for the windmill. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. One more time. Inhale up, exhale down. And then inhale, swing yourself upright into dragon spreads its wings. Squeeze. Inhale up, exhale, squeeze. Once again, a lot of upper body coming in on the next move. So if your shoulders say no, please listen to it. When you're ready, hands down to the block or floor. Left leg up in the air. Point the toe. You're going to exhale, left leg under and across the right. Both feet down. Right arm up, left arm down. Belly of the dragon. Hey, everybody. Called belly of the dragon because your stomach is pointing up to the ceiling. When you're ready, right hand back down, left leg up. Place your left foot down next to your right. Baby steps. Walk your feet up to the top of the mat. Back into your squat. And there was 1 of those. We can do 3 of those and call it a day. But sometimes I feel like just 1 is usually enough here. When you're ready, let's go ahead. We'll step our feet back into a down dog. Stretch your calves a little bit. Let's go ahead and let's do a low plank pose. Some more upper body here. Elbows down on the floor here for your low plank. Hold it as long as you can. You know if you need to come down though, that's fine. You don't have to stay upright the entire time. But I do want you to challenge yourself, right, as best as you can, without hurting yourself. Very good. When you're ready, lay on your stomach. Take your time here. Short breather. You know, while we're laying on our stomachs, let's do an infant pose. You're gonna lift your head up, arms up, legs up. Look up as high as you can without straining your neck. When you're ready, lower down. A full breath here. Deep inhale, deep exhale. And then again, arms up, head up, legs up. Really feel your upper back working here. When you're ready, lower down. One more time. Head up, arms up, legs up. And when you're ready, lower down. Might feel nice to do a child's pose. Take your time there. When you're ready, let's go ahead and we'll bring ourselves back upright. We're going to do a little bit of core here, and then I think we're going to wrap up the strengthening practice and transition into stretching. Let's do some bicycle sit-ups. We'll do it in more of a modified way, though. A lot of times people will teach you, when you're doing your bicycle sit-ups, to lay all the way on your back when you come up with it. I'd actually not recommend that. A lot of times you end up straining your neck. It does the exact opposite of what you want to do. We want to strengthen our core, right? So I'd actually recommend doing this in more of a boat pose. And with it, we're going to alternate. We'll bring our right elbow to the left knee, extend the right leg, and then we'll go back and forth. Left elbow, right knee, back and forth. As best as you can. We're going to do it for about a minute. So if you find out you need a break, or if you need to just come down, place your feet on the floor, right, that's fine. Whatever works best for you. But breathe here. Don't forget it. Very good. When you're ready, lower down. Hug your knees. I think we'll do one more thing for the core, more for obliques and side body. They're called heel taps. What we're going to do, you're going to lay on your back with this one. Might be easier for me to show it from the side too. But with a heel tap, you're going to take your hands, let's say left one, reach it to the left ankle, left heel, and then alternate. Go to the right, go to the left, right, left. If it's too challenging, bring your feet in closer. Not challenging enough, scoot the feet further away, right? You have to reach more here. But let's go ahead and do it for a minute, as best you can. Really feel those obliques burn in here. The side body. Very good. And when you're ready, balance out and lay down. Might feel nice to bring your knees to the chest. We are done strengthening for today. Before we get into stretching, let's just lay down for a moment. Close your eyes, belly breathe. Allow your body an opportunity to transition from the strengthening, from an active practice, into the stretching, into the passive practice. When you're ready, you can go ahead and open your eyes. Very good. Yeah, we're going to be doing that soon too. Thank you. We're going to start our yin part of the practice off, stretching, let's say, the inner thighs. A couple of poses I can recommend here. Butterfly is a common one. Soles of the feet together in front of you, falling and rounding in the pose best you can. Don't worry about getting the head to the feet. It's not the point, right? So don't pull and yank with all your might to get down there. A lot of times you just end up overstretching. Inner thighs and back are the target areas. But if you're saying, no, I feel it more in my knees, or it's more in my hips, it's more the back of my hips. It's a localized stretch. Anything localized is overstretching. I would recommend doing a dragonfly pose, if you're going to do a forward bend, that is. So inner thighs, getting the stretch here. When you spread the legs out, you lean forward, right? Inner thighs, back, get a bonus hamstring stretch. Could use a prop here as well if you'd like to. A lot of times I will. I'll have a block in front of me. I'll lay my forearms on it. After a while, though, I usually remove it, but it's going to be up to you. If you want to do more of a hip opener, reclining butterfly is always fair game. You have the soles of the feet together, but you just lay on your back. Let gravity do all the work for you. You see how it's more for the hips, to keep the pelvis and sacrum level with the floor. Again, up to you. If your body is saying, yeah, I need hips today, well then, do some hips. But if your body is saying, no, my back is really tight, I should probably stretch it, well then, do a forward bend. You can do whatever you want because it's your practice and it is your body. Right? Everybody's body is different. We all have different needs. We all have different tight spots. But the most important thing is to focus on what we as the individual need to do in our exercise. So don't worry about what you look like. Don't worry about the person next to you. Don't even worry about what I look like. Don't try to mock that. You know, a lot of times when we imitate that, we end up hurting ourselves or just kind of negating the results of our practice. So go with the feeling of it. What does it feel like when I do this pose? We'll talk more about that in a second. When you're ready, there's a time. Thank you, Wendy. Good down dog. Real slow. When you're ready, use your hands, push yourself up. Thank you. Good up dog. And you're going to lay on your back. Take your time getting there. Thank you. Unless your pup or your cat wants to give you some loving, thank you so much. She is quite the kisser, aren't you? Yeah. Show everybody your down dog. Very good. This is how you down dog. Very good. Go ahead. Lay down, baby. Lay down. Good job. Oh, now you're going to do the twist? There you go. I'm just going to show off for the camera. Just showing you. When you're ready, we're going to stretch our hamstrings next. We're going to do both at the same time with our practice today in a caterpillar pose. Hamstrings are the back of your legs, glutes to knee, back upper half. You're going to stretch your back as well because we're rounding forward. But with the caterpillar pose, you have both legs extended out in front of you. You falling round in the pose as best you can. You want to grab something like the knees, shins, ankles, around the feet, around the toes if you can grab it. It's not a competition though, so if you can't touch toes, don't worry about it. However, if you can touch the toes, feel free. You get a bonus calf and Achilles tendon stretch, right? Back of the shin, back of the heel. This, though, is extra, not a requirement. But a lot of people, they're like, I'm already in the area, I might as well. Or you could use a towel or a strap if you have one. You loop it over your feet and use this for leverage to pull you forward. But try not to pull back so much because we start losing the forward bend if we pull back onto it. But that's up to you. Back of the legs and back in the stretch. And allowing yourself to relax now. Let your muscles soften. When we're stretching, we want muscles to be soft. However, when we're strengthening, we want to flex muscles, right? We want to engage them because that's how they strengthen. That's how they become stronger. Right? But when we're stretching, relax them so we can become more flexible. When you're ready, there's your time. Use your hands. Slowly push yourself out. Lean back, lay down, take your time getting there. It may feel like a long way away. When you're ready, go ahead and come back to a comfortable seated position. We're going to stretch the IT bands next. IT band stands for iliotibial band. It runs from the ilium to the tibia, so it's from glutes to knee on the outside of your leg. But if there's any pain around the knee or around the hip, we want to modify away from that, and I'll give you some suggestions, some modifications for you to work around it. I was going to recommend Swan Pose today. It's also known as Pigeon. Thank you so much, Wendy. You're stealing the show today. Swan Pose, Pigeon Pose. I'll show you from a few different angles, but I'll start off heads on, just so you can see what I'm doing with the front leg. It's the outside of the front leg getting the stretch here. With this, one modification to make, you can always have your shin almost parallel to the top of your mat, or you can bend your knee and bring your foot in closer to your groin. Whichever protects your hip and knee, that's what you need to do. So please feel free to play around with that. And then lean forward, hands, elbows, maybe head on a block, head on the floor if you can get down there. Your back leg is something you can play around with. I'll show you the profile view on this one now. So the back leg, for some people, they want the back leg to be perfectly straight behind them. Doesn't have to be, though. You might find out it's more beneficial to bring your back leg around you to the side. When this back leg comes around, there's more external rotation involved with your hip, with the front one, I should say. And when that front hip can turn out more, it might make it more comfortable for you. You might relax a little bit more. It's kind of up to you. Yeah, right, Wendy? I know, right? So, whichever one works best for you, back leg around or back leg straight, either way is totally fine. But again, we're not concerned with the aesthetics. We're not concerned with the look of this at all. It's the feeling and the functional perspective behind it, right? That's something I always emphasize. When you're doing a pose, not just doing a yoga pose, when you're doing any form of exercise, think to yourself critically, when I do this, what should I be feeling? And what's the intention of the exercise? And you'll get so much more out of your practice if that's your mindset. Because a lot of times people are very fixated on form, and they're concerned with the aesthetics, when really that should be a secondary thought. You can always think about it, but try not to think in such a rigid way of the form needs to look like this. Because if we're focusing on that, then everybody doing this pose, myself included, we're all doing it wrong. If we're focusing on aesthetics and Swan Pose, what they usually will teach, have your front leg shin parallel with the top of the mat, have the back leg perfectly straight behind you. I know, Wendy, right? It's crazy. So when you're ready, actually, there's the time. Go ahead and come on out of that pose. But I do want to demonstrate with this one. But when you're ready, yeah, lay down. To do the Swan Pose, the Pigeon Pose, based off of aesthetics, again, they always say, have the front leg shin parallel top of the mat, back leg straight. But watch how high my hip will come up if I do it this way. You see my front hip now? This is really uncomfortable, and it's really dangerous for my knee and for my hip. That's why I don't do this pose this way. Whenever I do a Swan Pose, my front leg shin is always going to be bent a little bit. My back leg can be straight, but as long as my front leg shin is bent, this is safe for me. It's not safe, though, to bring it way up here. Right? Even with using a block, right? This is still really uncomfortable for my knee and for my hip. But again, if you're in a class where they teach you alignment, they're going to tell you to do it that way. And if you don't do it that way, then you're doing it wrong. And I don't believe in that, right? It's the feeling and function, not so much the aesthetics. But if you're ready, let's do the other side. Whichever side you're on, whatever pose you're in, I suggested a Swan Pose, although if you're a regular of mine and you have a better pose in the back of your mind, you could always do something else. But Swan Pose, Pigeon, right, outside of your front leg, getting the stretch. So you could have your front leg shin parallel, top of the mat, could bend your knee, bring your foot in a little close to your groin, right? Whatever protects your hip and knee, that's what you need to do. Lean forward, hands, elbows, head on the block, head on the floor if you can get there. Back leg, you can have it straight behind you or bring it around you to the side. Right, when this back leg comes around, there's more external rotation with your hip, the front one, so it can turn out and lay on the floor. Okay. Again, a lot of people, when that back leg's straight, the front hip will come up. And if it's really drastic when it comes up, then let's just turn that front leg out and lay it down. Right? I'd rather you be comfortable. I'd rather you not risk the injury, because I don't want you to blow your knee out in the process of stretching your IT bands. It's not therapeutic for you, right? So let's not do it. People do it all the time, though. I mean, every now and then, I see people, they'll film their own yoga practice and critique their own poses, and they'll say, this pose doesn't look right, this pose doesn't look right, this pose doesn't look right. And all that does is it just hurts you, mentally, especially, but could even be physically. So again, throw aesthetics out the window. Have it be your secondary thought if you need it, but not in the mindset of it needs to look this way. When you're ready though, there's time. Real slow. Let yourself on out. Roll out from your swan pose. Lay on your back, lay on your side, lay on your stomach, wherever you need to be. Take a moment though. We're going to do a new pose today. It's going to be a twist and it's going to be a quad stretch at the same time. So you're going to feel the side of your body, whichever side you're on, we'll probably do it on the same page. And you're going to feel your quad. We're going to do one at a time though. Quads are the front of the legs. This is called the cattail pose. I'm going to show you from a few different angles so you can kind of wrap your mind around this. This is one of the more challenging poses to visualize. So again, maybe if I show it to you in a few different ways, it'd be easier. Let's start off by going left in the twist. So you're going to lay on your back, bring your knees up to the chest, take your legs over to the left, lay them on the floor. For now, this is where we're going to be. But the cattail pose, what you're going to do, you're going to take your right hand, grab your left foot, your bottom leg's foot, right? And you're going to pull this leg back. So your top leg is going to come over. The right leg's going to come over. Back leg, bottom leg, pulling it back. So you're going to feel the quad right here of the left leg. So a little bit of effort here. Maybe if I show you from this side too. Okay, we're going left. Grabbing the left foot with the right hand. Right leg's crossing over. And you can always lay on your back if you'd like to with this particular pose. I typically will sacrifice my twist a little bit and lay more on my side here. I call it the cool cat pose. I'd imagine this is where like a breakdancer would end up in their routine at some point. I got my head here, resting on my hand, laying more on my side. I'm still feeling plenty of the twist in the side body, but I'm sacrificing the twist a little bit more so for the quad stretch, the bottom leg. But you do it however you need. Some people might say they want more twist. Some people might say they want more quad. Some people want both. And it's fine. Whatever your body calls for, please do that. Because I don't know what that is for you. Anybody who tells you otherwise is lying to you. They're trying to sell you something, right? The thing that's most important is to experience it for yourself. But if you need help, right, it's always okay to ask somebody for questions, especially someone who's been there before. But try to look at me as more just a guide for you. You know, I'm not here to tell you this is the way it needs to be. You'll ask the question, and I will help guide you to the answer. When you're ready, there's the time. Slowly let that leg go and unwind from your twist. Take time out, lay down for a moment. Other side, when you're ready. And if you're on the same page as me, you're now twisting to the right. So you're laying on your back, bring the knees up to the chest, take your legs over to the right, lay them here for now, right? But the cattail pose, you're going to grab your right foot with your left hand. Okay? You're going to pull this leg back. So not only are you going to get a twist throughout your side body of the left side, you're going to feel the bottom leg squat right here through the front, right, of the bottom leg. Not the top leg, right? And I'll mention why we do this bottom leg in a moment. But you can try to lay on your back. You probably won't get your left shoulder to the floor. It's fine. But again, like I said, I'd like to sacrifice my twist and lay more on my side here. Just more of a twist of the quad. But again, the reason why I'm saying grab your bottom leg and not your top leg is because if we grab the bottom leg, we can use this top leg, the left one, as a lever to rotate the pelvis deeper into it. If we're just grabbing our left foot, we're just doing a side bow at this point. We might as well just lay on our stomachs with it. But with the extra element of taking the top leg over, it rotates the pelvis deeper. Right? That's why I'm suggesting you doing it in this particular way. And when you're ready, here's your time. Real slow, unwind from your twist. Take your time out. You can lay on your back if you'd like to. Lay on your side, stomach, wherever you need to be. We have one more pose left. We have to do a back bend, compress the spine a little bit. Sphinx Pose and supported bridge are going to be your options today. In a Sphinx Pose, you're laying on your stomach, propping up onto the forearms and the elbows. Right? This is the pose. Not a stretch or anything. You're feeling dull, gentle pressure right here in your lower back. It's going to apply for the other pose too. But if it's really sharp pain, just lower down. Right? I'd rather you not go through sharpness because it could hurt your back. But the other option, supported bridge, you have to have a block or some pillows with it. You put it under your back and you lay on it. This is the pose. Knees bent, feet on the floor, fine. But you could always slide your legs out, right? Sliding the legs out increases the back bend, right? There's a deeper arc here in the spine when the legs slide out. But you could always play around with the block too. You know, is it flat? Is it flipped up? Are you having it vertical? Are you using two blocks? I usually only use one. I keep it low and flat because I don't have a deep back bend. But again, dull and gentle pressure. That's all we're looking for here. Let's hang out here for this next minute. When you're ready, there's time. Real slow. Lay in stomach. Or if you're in supported bridge, lift your hips up, slide the block out, and lay on your back. Take a moment here. At some point, it's going to feel nice to do a gentle forward bend. But don't let me rush you. At the same time, don't let me hold you back. Child's pose is fine. Or laying on your back and cradling the legs. You know, it's the same thing, just the inversion of it. If you wanted to do another downward facing dog, that's fine. I was thinking about doing the squat pose today. In squat pose, make sure your knees are fine with it, but here's the pose. Ankles, if you're having trouble with them, it's, you know, it could be compression where you're feeling bone on bone pain. Usually it's right here in the front of the ankle. If it's not that and you're feeling pain in the back of your ankle, the Achilles tendon, just means it's tight. Good news is it's something you can stretch, and maybe at some point you'll get the heels to the floor. But if you're doing this and your heels won't touch the floor because you're feeling this pain right here in the front of the ankle, heels will never touch the floor. It's fine. You might just have to modify it. A lot of times taking like a towel, rolling it up and putting it under the heels is the answer, or taking your mat, kind of rolling it up. I don't think anybody would happen to have a wedge or anything like that, but that's another prop a lot of times we'll use. Blankets can help too. We are at the end of our practice. If you're ready for Shavasana, corpse pose, you can do a few things. You can lay on your back if you'd like to. You can lay on your side, lay on your stomach, sit upright like you're in meditation. Wherever you're comfortable, go there. Close your eyes. Nothing to see at this point, just more to feel, pay attention to. Focus on your breath. Breathe low in your belly, low in your diaphragm. Turn your senses and your awareness within. And for these last few minutes, observe all the work you've done with your practice. Give your body a compare and contrast. How different do you feel right now as opposed to when you first started the practice? No formal ending to our practice. Stay in your Shavasana as long as you like, but that is officially all I have for you. I want to thank you all for sharing your practice with me. It has been my pleasure. Namaste.